Think about it. When was the last time you started your day already feeling defeated? You wake up in the morning, and for a brief second, everything is nice and quiet. Then suddenly, the negative thoughts start creeping in, a voice in your head. Why did you wake up that late? Another thought follows. You're so behind. And just like that, you feel it, the sting of guilt seeping into your veins, quietly poisoning your energy. You feel the energy of defeat running through your veins. And even worse, other people can feel it too. And the day hasn't even started yet. And just like that, you've already surrendered control of the day. But here's the truth. This is the moment we rise. This is the moment we take the wheel from the inner critic. We pull the reins firmly, calm, decisive, and we remind the mind and body who the master is. We decide how the day begins. That exact moment, the moment the mind begins to spiral, is not a weakness. It is a training ground. Instead of starting the day with the energy of someone who has already lost, we start the day with the energy of someone who is about to win. Marcus Aurelius understood this better than most. Every morning he prepared himself before facing the world, and that is exactly what we are going to train here. In this video, you will learn a Stoic morning protocol that will ignite a powerful, unstoppable energy, the kind that radiates confidence and draws opportunity and people toward you. By the end of this video, you won't be starting your mornings with hesitation or quiet defeat. You will start them with intention, with momentum, with energy that carries you forward. Stay with me. Let's train this together. Let's begin. Number 1. Master the first thought. What is the very first thought that appears in your mind when you wake up? Imagine this. Your eyes open in the morning. For a brief moment, the room is still, quiet. Nothing has happened yet. And then the mind starts speaking. You're already behind. Everyone else seems further ahead. You're running out of time. And then the quiet one arrives. You're not good enough. And suddenly the morning is no longer quiet. It has become a courtroom. And your own mind is the judge. You feel it immediately in your body. Your body tightens with tension. Guilt begins creeping into your veins. Your energy starts draining. Stop. This is exactly where most people lose the day. Now here's what's important. The mind was never designed to wake up feeding you confidence. For thousands of years, it evolved to scan for danger, problems, threats, what might go wrong. That instinct kept our ancestors alive. Here's the positive part. The Stoics understood this ancient programming long ago. Instead of letting fear quietly shape the morning, they trained themselves to direct their minds toward strength. Marcus Aurelius practiced this every morning. He wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." Gratitude is one of the fastest ways to interrupt a negative spiral. Here's the discipline. Make yourself a coffee. Pause for a moment. Take a sip. Stay with it. Notice the taste. Notice the smell. Do not think about the past. Do not think about the future, just this moment. Then recognize something simple. You are fortunate to sit here in peace and enjoy it. Many people in this world cannot. Some wake up in war, some in fear, some without even the basics. But here you are, so take the moment and let the mind register it. Then think of 2 other things you are grateful for. They can be small, they can be big. Just notice them, because when the mind sees what is already here, it stops chasing what is missing, and the entire energy of the morning begins to change. the pressure lifts. Scarcity fades. Strength returns. So if you just did that, well done. You have already done something most people never train. You redirected your mind from scarcity to abundance, from pressure to strength. And people feel that difference because a person who is content with himself, content with the moment, moves through the world differently. Calm, grounded, unrushed, that kind of presence becomes magnetic. The Stoics had a word for this state: ataraxia, a mind fully at peace with itself and its place in the world, even while storms rage around it. This is the state the Stoics trained for. But calm alone is not enough. Next, we turn that calm into momentum. Number 2, build momentum. When was the last time you actually stopped and reflected on something you achieved? Something you once set out to do and actually accomplished? Most people rarely do this. The mind usually moves in the opposite direction. It scans for what is still missing, what still needs fixing, what still needs to be achieved. It's almost like a radio station playing quietly in the background of your mind. A broadcast listing everything that is still left to do. What's next? What haven't you done yet? What still needs improving? And if you listen to that station long enough, it creates the quiet feeling that you are always behind, even when you have already come far. But here is the important realization. You are not the radio. You are the listener, and listeners can change the station. The Stoics understood this well. Seneca believed character is built through small actions repeated over time. Through daily discipline, through recognizing the progress you make along the way. So instead of tuning into the station that lists everything you still lack, change the station. Tune it to something different, your victories, the things you once worked toward and actually achieved. Pause for a moment. Think of 3 things you once wanted to accomplish and actually did. They can be small. They can be big. Just let the mind see them clearly. Because when the mind sees proof of past victories, it begins expecting future victories. And that changes something inside you. You stop thinking like someone who is still trying to prove himself. You begin moving like someone who already has. Confidence is not built through hope. It is built through evidence. Well done. You just changed the station from doubt to proof, from scarcity to momentum. If you are still here, you are not just watching, you are training. Now let's decide who you will be today. Number 3, choose who you will be today. Who will you be today? Not what will happen today, not what others will do, but who you will be. Most people never ask that question. They wake up and immediately let the world decide their mood. Someone cuts them off in traffic. A colleague makes a sharp remark. A message arrives with criticism. And suddenly the tone of the day is no longer theirs. It belongs to the situation. But the Stoics trained something different. Every morning, Marcus Aurelius prepared himself for the people he might meet. Impatient people, arrogant people, ungrateful people, difficult people. Not to complain about them, but to decide in advance who he would be. Calm, steady, unmoved. Because when you decide your character before the day begins, the world has far less power to move you. Think about a small moment today. Someone cuts you off in traffic. Normally, irritation rises immediately. Your jaw tightens. Your mind starts reacting. But if you already decided this morning, I will stay calm today, then that moment becomes something else. Training. A small test of the person you chose to be. And when you pass that test, recognize it. Register it, even if it seems small. Someone irritates you, and you stay calm. Notice it. Ball your fist for a moment. Say quietly to yourself, yes, because every time you recognize those moments, you confirm something important. You are becoming the person you decided to be. Confidence grows like this, not through talk, through proof. Proof that you can govern yourself. And when you govern yourself, your identity becomes solid, calm, disciplined, unmovable. As Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations, be like the rock against which the waves continually break, but it stands firm and tames the fury of the water around it. People are naturally drawn to those who cannot easily be shaken. But staying unshaken requires one more discipline. Number 4. Guard the inner citadel. Have you ever started the day calm, and then one small moment ruins your entire mood? It doesn't take much. Someone criticizes you. Someone sends a cold message. Someone makes a dismissive comment. And suddenly the calm you had in the morning disappears. Your mind starts replaying it. Your energy drops. Your attention shifts. And before you realize it, one small moment has taken control of your entire day. This happens because most people leave their inner gates wide open. Every opinion enters. Every criticism enters. Every inconvenience enters. And the mind reacts to all of it. But the Stoics trained something very different. Marcus Aurelius described the mind as an inner citadel, a fortress inside you, a place where your judgment lives, a place where reason stands guard, and the outside world can only enter if you allow it. Think about that for a moment. Someone can speak, someone can criticize, someone can behave badly. But none of those things have power over your mind, unless you open the gate. Most people open it immediately. They let every comment disturb them, every opinion move them, every irritation shape their mood. But the Stoic pauses and asks one simple question: is this within my control? If the answer is no, he lets it pass. Because reacting to everything is not strength, it is surrender. Guarding the inner citadel means something simple. You decide what deserves your attention and what does not. Someone insults you, you remain steady. Someone criticizes you unfairly. You remain steady. Someone behaves poorly. You remain steady. And when those moments come, recognize them. Register the win. You stayed calm. You stayed composed. You kept the gate closed. That is discipline. That is self-command. And every time you protect that inner citadel, your mind becomes stronger, more stable, more difficult to disturb. As Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. And a person who understands that moves through the world with something rare: calm authority, a mind that cannot easily be shaken. And once the mind is protected like that, it can finally be directed. Number 5. Direct the mind. By now, something important has happened. You have taken the reins. You have claimed the first moment. You have recognized what is already enough. You have strengthened the inner citadel. You have built momentum through small victories. Now the mind is calm, clear, disciplined. This is where most people stop. But the Stoics went one step further. They directed the mind. Because a quiet mind is powerful, but a directed mind is unstoppable. Modern neuroscience has discovered something fascinating. When you vividly imagine an action, the brain activates many of the same neural pathways as when you actually perform it. Your mind begins preparing for the experience. Your body begins preparing for the experience. In other words, though, the mind begins moving in the direction you show it. History is full of people who use this discipline. Alexander the Great was known to study the battlefield long before the fighting began. He imagined the terrain, the resistance, the decisive moment. So when the battle came, his mind had already been there. The Stoics practiced a similar discipline. They would imagine the day ahead, the obstacles, the criticism, the difficulty, and they would rehearse meeting those moments with calm and discipline. So take a moment now. Think about the day ahead. What matters today? What challenge might appear? See yourself moving through it. Calm, focused, steady. Because when the mind sees the path clearly, the body begins to follow. And when a person moves through the day with that kind of clarity, others notice. Not someone reacting to life, but someone directing it. As Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. So choose the color carefully. Direct the mind, and the day will begin to move with you, not against you. Now the path is visible. When the mind is directed, clarity appears, and clarity demands one final step. Number 6, define the next move. And once the vision is clear, decide the next step. Because a calm mind needs direction. One of the greatest sources of stress is uncertainty. Too many options, too many possibilities, too many unfinished thoughts. But when you decide in advance what matters today, the mind becomes quiet, focused, clear. This may sound simple, even boring. A small playbook for the day, a short list of what must be done. But clarity is power. When the mind knows the path, it stops wandering, energy stops leaking, and action becomes natural. So ask yourself one final question this morning. What is the one thing that must move forward today? Write it down. See it clearly. And once you have made that decision, stand by it. Because one of the easiest ways to lose direction in life is to let other people constantly pull you away from your path. Opinions, doubts, noise. Suddenly you are moving like a leaf in the wind, pushed in 100 different directions. The Stoics trained the opposite. Once the path is clear, they stand firm. Not stubborn, but steady. They know where they are going, and they refuse to be easily swayed. Because a disciplined life requires something simple. Decide the path, and stay on it. And when the moment comes, execute. Clarity, discipline, action. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. At the beginning of this video, we talked about starting the day with powerful energy. Not the energy of someone already defeated, but the energy of someone who leads the day. Master the first thought. Recognize what is already enough. Remember your victories. Choose who you will be today. Guard the inner citadel. Direct the mind. Define the next move. This is how the Stoics trained themselves to meet the day, not with hesitation, not with pressure, but with calm strength. And as you move through the day, remember one more discipline. Recognize your victories. If you stayed calm when you normally react, if you finished something you promised yourself, if you held your focus when others lost theirs, register it, even if it seems small. Ball your fist for a moment and say, yes. Because confidence is built exactly like this. Small victories, recognized, again and again, until discipline becomes identity. If this message resonated with you, write in the comments, I take the reins. Let it be your commitment going forward, And if you want to keep sharpening your mind, training discipline, and building the calm strength of Stoic living, subscribe to the channel. More lessons await.